you so beautiful. You want all my time. The feeling is mutual. Tastes like cherry pie. My guiltiest pleasure, babe. Be forever mine. I want you in every way. Living without you. Isn't what I'll do. Living without you. Isn't what I'll do. If you were a daisy in my garden, I pick you, I pick you, I pick you every time. If you were a daisy in my garden, I pick you, I pick you, I pick you every time. Every time. Holding on for dear life. I'm not gonna let you go. Never leave my side. Yeah, I wanna let you know. Living without you. Isn't what I'll do. Living without you. Isn't what I'll do. If you were a daisy in my garden, I pick you, I pick you, I pick you every time. If you
Damn, it's good to be back. The wait is over. The arena roars once more, and the legends return to the field.
Oh my god, there's no way.
So huge!
The best are already sharpening their skills, and the rivalries are burning hotter than ever.
Oh my goodness, what was
Wow! Every play, every push, a chance to carve your name in history. Somebody stop this!
Oh, that's awesome!
And she drops onto the Kyrie. It's a one clip to finish the kill. And that's two from Kowsers.
This is where stories are written, where every legend leaves their mark.
And the body block. Able to get two.
Oh, that's a fine grab. What a grab!
And then Bruce out. He gets three.
With history on the line, do you have what it takes to emerge victorious? Welcome to United Rogue Overwatch Season 9.
Good evening, United Rogue Overwatch. We are here for our first match of Week 7. I am Doge, sitting here with Magic Turtle, new caster to the booth. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
We got a good match tonight between Vancouver and Detroit in the Sapphire League. Both teams currently sitting at a 4-2 record. So they're both, realistically, it looks like they're just fighting for that first week bye, basically. So excited for this match. Vancouver did win the coin toss. They've already started going through a little bit of it, and Vancouver decided they wanted the map pick, and they're going to stick with Lijiang Tower. Anything you want to... I know, obviously, again, you're new. Anything you want to see for Lijiang Tower? In terms of, like, a comp lineup?
Well, it could be interesting. I guess it really depends on which tower map they get first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I guess we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to see what they go with.
And as you're saying that, Detroit will be banning the Reinhardt.
Interesting.
I'm not too sure about that for Lijiang Tower. I feel like could have done that later, but I'm also not as familiar with some of the players in this lobby. I do recognize a lot of them, but there's a few I'm not familiar with, including Vancouver's tank VR Nameless. Who...
Interesting. Well, that makes two of us. I'm not familiar with a lot of these players as well. So this will probably be the first time I get to see how they play.
Yeah. I mean, right now, looking at it, in previous seasons, VR Nameless has had the most time on the Reinhardt. So they're kind of doing an early target ban on the Reinhardt. And missed that, but Vancouver is going to be banning the Reaper. And now both teams are getting ready to go into this first map of Lijiang Tower. Taking it quick here. We get our first point being on Gardens.
Interesting.
So again, Lijiang Tower Gardens, Detroit versus Vancouver. Detroit banned Reinhardt. Vancouver banned the Reaper. Reaper ban is targeting out Dre. Darklaw doesn't really play it much. He is known for the Torb one trick, and there it is. We see the Torb!
Okay, so on Detroit, we can see... Okay, we can see an interesting comp. We've got the Junkrat, so they are going to have some boob.
Wrong side. Vancouver's on right, Detroit is on left.
Yes, apologies, I am looking at Vancouver.
Vancouver does have a very interesting comp coming out here. Hazard Junk, Echo Kiri, and the Wu Yang. To Detroit's Czar, Vendetta, Torb, Kiri, and a Zen.
Looks like Detroit's going around the backside.
Detroit opting to take this white room, and Baguette gonna get the first pick on the Veritas here. In this white room, VR Nameless taking out that Torb turret as he's trying to push in, doing some solid damages now. Coda Luna's low, Darklaw's low. Dre able to take out Jazox, but immediately Laggy follows it up with taking out Darklaw. Still, Vancouver just pushing in, and Laggy getting a 3K.
Okay, so that seemed like a pretty dominant start.
I mean, having that junk for Vancouver, it's gonna be hard for Detroit to kind of push through this white room. The junk is just sitting in a corner right now. Did Darklaw not notice him? No, Darklaw didn't notice him. Oh, he's in a bush!
I don't think any of them noticed.
Okay, now they saw him.
Okay, he gets out.
They saw him and just ignored him, I guess. Dre now over to a soldier, poking out some damage on this bridge side here. As Laggy getting a ton of damage onto Luna here. But Baguette,
like
again with the first pick, taking out Darklaw. Trying to do something here, but Chunky's just split from the team, gets a little bit too far, and eventually dies to Laggy on point.
Both their supports are in deep, trying to back out right now, but
Getting some kills, but now Detroit again down both of their supports.
On the move. My ultimate is fully charged.
Coming back from spawn now. Chunky now over to the Sigma. Personal favorite of mine. Happy to see it. This time is ticking up. This Vancouver is already at 95%.
yeah, they're really. Oh,
There's Hazel, there's a tire. They're going around the outside. And nobody can touch. Big wall from VR Nameless.
Yes, big wall from Hazard there. with that support stagger, they were kind of forced to rush in very last minute, very last second there. But those ults, that hazard ult really did some work.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit, they've got to figure something out here. Right now, Laggy Puppy been playing the junk for a long time, and we can see it here as he's putting in the work, getting the kills, and Vancouver taking the first point as we get started here on Control Center. Only swap we're seeing now is Jazzox over to the Soj off the Echo. Again, Detroit kind of playing split up here. Soldier taking the high ground. Kiri was with him, but now backed off as all of Vancouver is sitting in this left side room here. Jazzox very low. Veritas also low. Chunky is up on this point. Yeah. Chunky up on point, taking a lot of damage. We get trades out of both sides. Veritas then picking up an extra, taking out Typhoon. Nameless, 1 health, eventually does go down to Darklaw. And it is just Jazzox and Laggy left. Both do get out. Definitely different look here for Detroit. Able to take this first point, get more of that damage, and those Elims out. Now, Nameless over to the Czar, off the hazard.
Yes, that could be a huge play. Huge advantage there against the Sigma.
Already up around just under 50%.
Like...
Typhoon going down to Chunky. Kind of off on that flank with Laggy Puppy there, and not working for them. So now Nameless goes down to Dre. Laggy going down to Chunky. And again, Vancouver forced to back out. Trying to protect themselves here. We've got Jazzox and Baguette both coming up on their ults. 2 to 3 ults, if not more, coming up for Detroit here. But as I say that, Darklaw popping the Molten Core, trying to just prevent Vancouver from pushing in this point. They see it and decide, let's go away.
It's forcing them to go around.
Yeah, they're going to push around this right side. Oh, and we do get a pause. It did look like, I think Jazzox was just standing still. So I'm assuming Jazzox DC, and yes. So, Jazzox DC. See what happens. Hopefully they return rather quickly.
I mean, let's talk about, I guess, what we're seeing so far. I personally am seeing a big shift in who is dominant. Obviously, last point, Vanguard was super dominant, whereas it's kind of completely switched. It seems like the Sigma really did a good job at countering that hazard, but now we've got the Zarya switch, and we'll have to see if it puts in the work.
Yeah. I mean, they're also able to, both teams, again, kind of being a little weird in terms of how they're playing, it feels like. Both instances, the teams get split up, they get picked off. It happened first map, it's happening this map. I think that's kind of what's doing them in here. I know in some of the higher ranks and everything, you do see it where one support will stick with the DPS, and then it's the other 3 playing together. But it feels like it's not working for either of these teams in this match.
Yeah, it seems like specifically this map, Trey has been kind of trying to get up there on the high ground, but Laggy Puppy has been doing a good job, getting up there as Junkrat and forcing them off.
Yeah, so yeah, Jazzox with the DC, waiting to see what happens. Hopefully they're able to get back in a timely manner. We are getting word that Jazox is letting back in. So, and I know we had issues earlier in this season where there were DCs and it was taking a bunch of time. So, if I remember right, we did put a 5-minute time limit to rejoin. Otherwise, it does end up being a map FF. Jazox has now rejoined. So we will get to continue this match as Detroit currently down 1-0 on this map, but they do already have 75% of this point taken away. They're about to have 4 of their ults on the board. Jazox with the DC also loses her overclock.
Oh yeah, you're right. The loss of overclock could give a little bit of an imbalance when it comes up, because the ult fight is coming up. We can see most players are coming up on their ults already.
Soothing your wounds.
Chucky with his baguette with it. Typhoon about to have the Kitsune Rush. There it is. I assume we see Kitsune Rush down the middle here, just going at this point from this room. But Nameless is getting low, having to get healed up, taking an extra second of time.
Oh,
There's
wow.
the Flux, there's the Wu-Ting bubble. We've got 4 ults, 5 ults. Chunky taking out both supports for Vancouver. Down goes Nameless, down goes Jazox, and it's just Laggy Puppy trying to do something, but it's not going to be enough. And Detroit will take the second point of this. So we will now go to
big ult fight at the end there.
Yeah.
We saw that trans really come in clutch, saving a lot of players from Tire. Flux was a huge stop, kind of
Flux
forced
was
a lot of them back, whereas VR had to kind of push up by himself just to be able to touch.
Get into this third point. Both teams tied 1-1 as we start Night Market. Laggy Puppy now over to the Vendetta, VR Nameless on the Sig, and Jazox back to the Echo. Veritas also over on the Lucio now. Veritas has a very good Lucio, has a very good Zen, so I'm excited to see this.
Interesting. That can provide a little bit of crowd control, especially on this map. That should be good.
Yeah, tried to get a boop early there. Chunky getting a bit low. Both teams still fighting for this point. I don't see. Okay, there's Drake. I could not find Drake for a second there, and Drake gets the pick onto Laggy Puppy. They should get the kill onto VR Nameless as well, and they do. It's now a 2v5. Baguette goes down. Drake takes out Jazox. And again, Detroit will get this first point capture. And now we see Laggy swap to the Genji. Ha! Veritas is a little low. Chunky down to half now as well.
Looks like Laggy's gonna try to touch point, get them moved away so they can maybe pull in a little closer, shorten the gap.
Yeah, try and just force this fight on point. But Dre with the first pick onto Jazox here. But Chunky is very low, now getting healed up. But Darklaw goes down, Dre is low, Chunky is low. I'm getting low, Baguette went down, Chunky goes down. We're getting trades. There's a Kitsune rush out of Detroit. Matching Kitsune now out of Vancouver. I mean, Dre...
takes the point.
They got the point, but again, Dre took out Jazzox, but now they're gonna stagger themselves as VR Nameless takes up with Veritas and Dre.
We saw this stagger did not work too well for them on that first map, so hopefully they can get regrouped.
Yeah, but both teams about ready for this next fight with 4 ults, and there's the first one. Darklaw popping the Molten Core. Jazzox would duplicate onto Sigma. Your Nameless did manage to take out Darklaw with the accretion. There's 1 Flux, there's 2 Flux. Typhoon takes out Dre. Jazzox kills Kodaluna. Chunky goes down. It's just Veritas trying to escape around the outside. Will get away.
Makes it back to spawn.
So it's only 1 ult from Vancouver, 2 ults from Detroit here. And again, Chunky getting low, laggy, almost dead, but VR Nameless, again, being a menace, taking out Darklaw. It is not looking too good for Detroit here. Chunky does get the kill on the Baguette, though. That could be big for this fight. But Typhoon does manage to take out Dre. Again, trying to push up. Chunky very low. There's a Flux out from Nameless.
Kiri backcapping. This could be big. They don't know
Yeah.
this.
Kodaluna does get the cap on point. But Detroit doesn't have the numbers there to keep it alive. And it looks like VR Nameless is possibly also DC'd now. Oh no.
This is just...
Yeah, really. Feeling like the, what was that, Nev Dallas earlier in the season? But that one was also only Jackal out of Nev, or mostly Jackal from Nev. We now have 2 from Vancouver. Oh man. They did flip the point back over, so it is now Vancouver's point. They've got 3 ults, being the Dragon Blade, Kitsune Rush, and the Dirty Bubble. Whereas Detroit only has the Tack Visor, getting close to the Kitsune Rush, but I hope they get it in time. I'll say it like that. I just... I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, 82%. I guess we can't. We have no idea if I doubt. Honestly, I'll say it. I doubt that they're going to be able to get Kitsune Rush out before, unless they contest for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Darklaw's currently the closest one to touch this point, as we are about to get back in this match. VR Nameless has rejoined, and VR Nameless is going to swap to the ball just to help contest this. There's a Dirty Bubble onto the Blade. Dre in the back, taking out Typhoon, taking out Jazzox. Chunky manages to get Baguette. And it's now just VR Nameless and Laggy Puppy.
Wow. Huge flip, though.
Okay, wow. I mean... Oh, wait, that's right. Veritas had just used Beat, so they still had the overhealth from the Beat. And then Dre just going around the back and taking out 2 of them. And now Laggy trying to pull them back to point. There's the rush from Detroit.
The rush.
Assume this rush from Vancouver should be coming soon. There's the rush from Vancouver. But Laggy is low. Dre a little low. There's the Molten Core out of Darklaw. VR Nameless is going to go down. Jazzox goes...
Miss on the
sorry, Laggy goes down. Jazzox with the dupe eventually goes down. Darklaw with 3 kills. 2 beating that turret. 3 being that turret, 4 kills for Dark Claw, and Dre cleaning it up, taking out Typhoon. And that is going to be map 1 going to Detroit.
Huge clutch there at the end.
Play of the game.
I won't lie. Was not expecting Detroit to come back in that.
Yeah, I just think that last fight with Dre running around back, kind of staggering them out, getting a couple kills, forcing them to push back, kind of threw off their tempo. Forced a swap to ball. We saw the swap to ball by by VR Nameless at the end there. That was interesting, but yeah, good match, good game.
Definitely. So now Detroit winning that map. It's now Vancouver's map pick, and they get the first hero ban. Anything that you want to see after seeing how the teams played? What map do you think Vancouver will go to? And maybe even what ban do you think we'll see?
That's interesting. I could not tell you what map that they're gonna pick, but I could see Vancouver banning the Sigma.
Well, you don't have to give us a map pick because Vancouver already did. Looks like we're gonna be going to Kings Row.
Not surprised. This seems to be kind of a favorite map pick.
Oh yeah. And now Vancouver does have the Reinhardt back as well. But Detroit also has the Reaper allowed to be played now. So I assume we're going to see Nameless on the Reinhardt. Honestly, I think I could see Vancouver banning the Torb here. I think either a Torb or a Sigma. Is my guess for what Vancouver bans. Detroit.
Yeah, I would.
Oh, look at Detroit ban. I don't know.
That is a good question because we did see a lot of swaps by Vancouver last so far. So not quite sure. I definitely would love to see a Sigma ban because Chunky was really putting in the work on Sigma there. That was forcing VR Nameless to do a lot of swaps like I was talking about.
Honestly, I think depending on Vancouver's ban here, if they do end up banning the Sig, I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit bans a Junkrat. But instead, Vancouver is banning the Lucio.
Interesting.
So that's, again, now leaves it open for Detroit to ban either a damage or a tank hero. I think it'll still be a damage. You had Laggy playing the Junkrat and the Genji. Gazox played the Echo and the Sojourn. Realistically, all 4 of those heroes can play really well on King's Row. So we will wait and see what Detroit bans. But I mean, now, actually, I say that, and they do end up banning the Junkrat.
Yeah, I definitely think that was a good play, especially for Kings Row. So when
you ban the Lucio, Veritas probably going to go back to that Zen again. Very good Zen player. Laggy is now off the Junkrat. Probably seeing him on the Genji again. I know there's something else he plays, and I can't think of it right now. He's got a little bit of cast this season. He's got a little bit of hit scan in there. So we could see that if they need that hit scan at all. But I think really we're probably just seeing that. I think we'll see the Genji Echo again out of Vancouver. Probably the Reaper Torb out of Detroit.
That sounds like a very interesting comp. Reaper Torb.
I mean, it can put in some damage.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
But we are getting into this second map of the series. Detroit up 1-0 as we start Kings Row.
Looks like Detroit is going to be defending first. Oh.
Yep. So there is the Reaper Torb. We also see Chunky over on the Czar, Veritas on the Zen.
We see
Jazz
VR
X?
Nameless on that Reinhardt.
Yeah, Laggy now asking for a pause. Woohoo! Third one of the series. Let's go. What happened this time?
Yeah, looks like
I don't know. But we can at least look at the comps. At least what we have of the comps, which we have out of Detroit, Chunky is on the Zarya, Dre is on the Reaper, which that itself is a good combo. Darklaw on a Torb, Coda Luna on an Ana, Veritas on the Zen. I really like that team lineup.
yeah, that's going to prove pretty difficult to play against. I like the Ana switch, especially for how long range this first point can be.
And then right now we see Vancouver on a Reinhardt, Jazzox is on the Freya, Typhoon on a Mercy, and Baguette on the Wu Yang. Again, Laggy asked for the pause, so we don't have a hero pick out of Laggy yet. We are having to wait on Laggy right now. In chat from Vancouver, we're being told smoke alarm was going off. Fun.
Hopefully it's just the batteries.
Yeah. I know, Detroit is really sabotaging Vancouver right now. First they DC Jazzox, DC Nameless, and now they're setting off Laggy's smoke alarm. What the heck?
I think they're just trying to play mind games.
Yeah, really. Alright, but we're ready. Laggy is back. Let's see what Laggy wants to pick here.
The Mercy pick is interesting. I'm wondering if we're going to see maybe a pocket come out.
I don't know, but we are seeing more swaps out of Vancouver in spawn as VR Nameless is just swapping around a bunch. Jazzox is now over on the Hanzo. Again, Laggy still hasn't picked anything. Oh no, that's a Bastion.
Interesting pick.
Okay, Nameless back on the Reinhardt. I was concerned seeing the ball for a second.
That Bastion pick could be what they need. Like we said before, the Reaper Torb comp can provide a lot of damage. They're going to need to combat that somehow.
Yeah, Jazzox only on the Hanzo for a few shots, now swapped over to the Echo. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that Vancouver didn't opt for a Juno here. They banned the Lucio, so right now they don't have anyone to give this Reinhardt some speed to get in. Because now Dre is going to go down to Laggy as he tries to TP away. I think he ended up TPing right onto the high ground with the rest of Vancouver. Dre forced to back out for now, give up at least one, probably two ticks here. Chunky pushing in a little bit, just trying to get some damage, get some charge on that bubble. I think this could be the first point already, and it's, yeah, that's first point. And now Darklaw goes down, Chunky goes down, Veritas goes down.
Showing a lot of aggression here, really trying to push him back.
Exactly. Don't have anyone on the cart right now, but Baguette will make his way back. Get one, get two on. The rest of Vancouver will stay up to fight this out.
We did see a swap from the Hanzo to the Echo at the beginning of that first point from Jazzox.
We're still being very aggressive here. Just concerned about the aggression right now with Laggy Puppy on the Bastion. And then you're also playing a Zarya into a Reinhardt, which that in itself already isn't a great matchup. But then you add on a Bastion, and we're gonna start the ults off. We've got the Kitsune Rush coming from Typhoon, Trance coming from Veritas. Here goes Chunky. We get a Molten Core from Darklaw, Laggy very low after receiving the Dirty Bubble. But that's going to be the second point, is now Kodaluna is just trying desperately here to escape, but they are not going to be able to make it out. Veritas also goes down, and those are two pretty hefty staggers.
Yeah, both supports. That's gonna give them a little bit of leeway. We see a swap to D.Va.
We see multiple swaps. We've got D.Va, Soldier, and Darklaw on a Bastion.
Gonna get this Bastion be Bastion play.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't like seeing JD off of Tor. What is this? Detroit really struggling to put pretty much any pressure on this point right now. Jazzox now duplicating the D.Va, but Baguette falling off the map. Like, he does manage to take out Darklaw. Chunky will get demech to Jazzox's duplicate bomb.
I don't know if we're gonna see a contest right now. Dre is trying to push in a little bit.
Dre's trying to, Chunky's trying to, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh.
Now we see a shatter from Nameless pretty much in spawn. Laggy killing Chunky, and it's just Dre and Darklaw as we see another Kitsune Rush coming from Typhoon.
That is
Luna
gonna do it.
just under 4 minutes remaining.
Now we're talking.
Wow, yeah, that was a very, very fast push on Vancouver there.
Initiating match.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely very rough for Detroit there. I think
Yeah,
they
we're
definitely
gonna
needed to make some of those swaps sooner.
Yeah, we'll see if they stick with that that comp they had at the end there, or if they make any sort of swaps here.
Ready for battle.
Looks like they are gonna stick with the Soldier Bastion.
We also see Veritas over on a BAP now. But also, Jazzox is on a Sim.
Ooh.
So it definitely seems more so like Detroit is... They're struggling to play the brawl against Vancouver right now. Nameless on this Reinhardt is definitely very tough for Detroit here. I think it was a bad idea for Detroit to ban the Reinhardt map 1. Now, Dre on a Widow trying to get some snipes out of spawn here, but not going to get any picks. And now, Chunky's over on Ramatra. Hopefully, this is the brawl that they need.
We've got the tank brawl. Ooh,
they
Chunky's
go
down
down.
by Jazox.
Jazox did get very low there, but was able to TP out. Darklaw taking a good bit of damage, and Jazox again with the right-click kill onto Veritas now. And now we see Narissa out from Chunky. I'm a
TP up top.
Dude, no. You've got 3 of Vancouver on top right now. And Detroit really can't do much about it. Chunky is able to get a spear off onto Jazox, push him back, get some good damage in there. But them trying to push through this choke right now is going to be tough. But Dre takes out Jazox. Baguette does get the trade taken out Dre. Alright. Trying to make this push now.
That was a good timing on the push in by Chunky and Darklaw there, right as Bastion and Kiri on Vancouver were kind of rotating up top, gave them a little bit of time there, a little less damage as they push in.
Yep. Chunky able to take out Baguette. We saw the window come out. We see a rush. We see both artillery strikes coming in. Darklaw trying to target Laggy, but Laggy is able to get rid of him first. Second rush in from Coda Luna. Dirty Bubble onto the Reinhardt. Reinhardt gonna be able to take out Dre. Got both supports in the tank out for Reach Deep. And Chunky with the spear onto Nameless to cancel the shatter. Chunky dropping the Terror Surge, able to take out Baguette. Jazox very low, dropping the Sim Wall. And Nameless able to just barely contest this point using that wall, and they're able to take out Chunky and keep this point at 2 ticks. As Detroit is forced to back out.
Very huge wall play by Jazox there at the end.
Oh, that was massive for them. It kept Nameless alive. It kept Jazox alive as Jazox was about to go down. But already, Veritas is ready with a second window, and they've got Tack Visor now.
Tack Visor window combo. We can see it coming up in the top.
There it is. It's not... Or Vancouver's able to hide it out, get away. Laggy dropping off high ground with the artillery strike, but Darklaw able to take out Typhoon. Dre takes out Jazox. Good picks out of Detroit here, but they need to finish this up. There goes Laggy. Just Nameless and Baguette. Nameless goes down. Baguette desperately trying to escape.
Let's see if they push up like Vancouver did last round.
They should. You've got... Yeah, and they are. Chunky, Dre, and Veritas all pushing up. Looks like Darklaw and Coda Luna are just gonna stick point. Never mind, Darklaw is gonna push up. It's kind of more so how you want it. Darklaw's just...
See, they're very split up. Detroit is very split up like they have been playing. That might not help them with this aggression.
Jazox did put a TP onto that high ground, which allowed them to just push in, get some good damage off. It seemed like Darklaw just didn't know where to go there. He didn't know if he should push up, stay back. There's a Kitsune rush. There's the artillery strike out of Detroit. Not going to get anything. Bjarne was going to get the kill. Terror Surge also not getting anything now. They've got some good damage on them, but it's just not... They don't have the follow-up to clean those picks up. Now we see Darklaw back over to the Torb. There's a third window from Veritas. Holy...
That window seems to scare them, but I would have loved to see that maybe pushed up a little bit more so they could play the corner there.
Yeah, there's a Dirty Bubble onto VR Nameless, but Chunky is able to block it out. Artillery strike from Vancouver. Kitsune rush out. Wall is out. We're getting a little bit of Overwatch. Both teams playing very spread out. Chunky takes out Jazzox, but in return does die to the Ryan pin. But Ryan very low right now. Eventually Darklaw does able to take him out from behind. Typhoon a little bit split from the team, but does have the Bastion there for help. So now they're coming in behind Detroit here. They are going to take out the Bastion. Kiri should follow very soon after.
We see
Jazzox PPN goes down. Starting to see Detroit pick it up here, but yeah, and Vancouver managed to cap all 3 points with just under 4 minutes remaining. So even if Detroit gets it here, they are at a serious disadvantage in time.
absolutely. I mean, but we can see they're trying to push up very far, create as much space as they can.
There's
See
another window. There's a attack visor. Dre taking out 3.
Wow.
As the team supports for Vancouver are forced to back up into spawn. Wait for the rest of the team to get back. Chunky ready with the Terror Surge, but is at the wrong spawn door.
The Kiri
Out
push
comes
on
the
the
rest of the
card.
team. Typhoon with a Kitsune Rush. Possibly a big Terror Surge. Jazzox low, Laggy low. Nameless is low. Darklaw down, Jazzox down. There's 2 more ults out of Vancouver, just trying to keep this point alive. But Dre takes out 1, Coda takes out 1, Chunky takes out another. It is just Nameless left right now. Nameless will go down. Jazzox trying to contest with the Venture. They do get there.
They are keeping this alive.
Good. Both supports down for Vancouver. Nameless over to a Diva, Laggy over to a Tracer. They are making all the swaps just to keep this point alive. But Dre again with 2 more picks. Typhoon down. Nameless finally goes down. And Detroit will eventually cap the point in overtime. Giving... Jeez.
That was a very, very great hold by Vancouver at the end there. The Venture came in just on time. Somehow managed to stay alive, waiting for the team to get back. Got it into overtime. That was impressive.
But now, look at these time banks. Detroit, 1 minute. Vancouver, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. Is that what I said? Right? Oh. I guess I said 44 seconds. I meant 47. I saw 4s, so...
Close enough. I mean, yeah, so since Detroit only has a minute, it's gonna be... It's really just gonna be a matter of who gets further. And especially once they swap the defense, if they're gonna be able to stop Vancouver.
We'll get started here. Chucky on the ball, but just sitting in spawn eventually. Now walking out on the Orisa. Pretty much, yeah, it's going to be the same exact comps as we saw earlier now. Like, you're already taking out that turret. Chunky by himself on this high ground. They're going to try and TP up. If they are TPing up, and like forces Dre to back up. Like he popping wheels already out of him. But Dre getting low. Darklaw was low. They're able to get healed up. Chunky taking a ton of poke. Nameless pushing in. But there's our first pick. Dre takes that baguette. And they are going to get touch on this point as now Chunky takes out Nameless, but Dre will go down. Gotta be able to take out this Bastion and this Kiri here. Down goes the Bastion. Kiri is half now. It's the rest of Vancouver's trickling back a little bit. They are not going to get a touch, so Detroit will get at least one more point here. But already, these ult pools picking up fast. Again, Veritas already having a window.
He is farming that ult.
Yeah, really. Who's gonna be the first to pop this ult? It'll be Vancouver popping the rush. There's 3 from Detroit now popping the rush, popping the window, and the Terror Surge. Vancouver still has 2 alive with ult. But in total, they've got 4 ults ready to use. Detroit has 1, trying to build up this second one, being that tack visor. But Detroit getting a ton of progress here. At the last corner, coming up to the second checkpoint. But now it is Vancouver's turn to pop the ults. There's Window. There's Artillery Strike. I assume we see a Shatter coming in. There's the Dirty Bubble. The Torb dropping the Molten Core.
Big Shatter
comes in at the end, taking out Luna. That'll be the 3rd round. Veritas cleaning up 2 at the end.
Yeah, we could.
Yes.
We can really see how the difference in ults really mattered there at the end. They had 4 ults. They said, why don't we just use all of them?
Yeah.
Seemed to work in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, you had Darklaw did manage to pop the Molten Core, got a kill with it, but it just wasn't anything compared to the 4 ults of Vancouver. And right now, seeing a little bit of a swap. I'm wondering if this does stick, but right now, VR Nameless on Azar, Typhoon showing the Mercy again. They showed it on their first attack, but I don't know if it's gonna stick. And now Baguette is just jumping around supports. We saw a Brig, now on the Weaver. What are we doing in Sapphire here? Now on a Baptiste. Back to the Wu Yang. Pick a hero, please. Alright, and Typhoon is back on the Kiri, as expected. But Nameless is sticking with the Zara. Gonna be big against the Orisa here. Both Orisa and, both Zara and the Sin. Now Vancouver TPing up top, forcing Detroit to rotate mostly off this high ground. You still have a few of them sticking around. It's not going to be for long. As Chunky is not really getting much heals in the supports right now. It's dropping lower and lower. Laggy popping the turret formation in this upper window. Draylo, Darklaw, I think having to get a health pack. Still, Vancouver's still playing this high ground, and there's the first pick. Laggy taking out Darklaw, and now it's their time to push on to this point. Start getting some of this progress. They still have over 3.5 minutes to cap this point and almost cap second point. But so far, Detroit doing a pretty solid job keeping the pressure, keeping them off this point for the most part. Is now Darklaw's going to take out Jazox. Laggy goes down to Dre. But Darklaw eventually goes down. Baguette immediately goes down afterwards. And now it's just the Kiri eventually. And Detroit? Yeah, Detroit holding this ground right now. Did not see that on the first point, or on the first attack. They lost one player and immediately just lost that point. This
Yeah,
time-
started getting picked off one by one.
Exactly. Again, they've got this TP up to high ground, but only Jazox was able to take it. The rest of the team wasn't able to get there in time. So window out of Veritas, Dirty Bubble from Baguette, Dirty Bubble in, Kitsune's from both sides. Attack visor out. We have Q for watch. I love it. Typhoon low, Nameless low.
Nameless
Dre goes down, Veritas goes down. Todaluna is very low. It eventually does go down. There's a Molten Core coming out from Darklaw. Laggy, very low, but getting healed by Baguette, but it's not going to be enough.
Another hold by Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit maintains this point control, but they are down in ult economy. Seeing possible TP to point? No, they're just gonna.
Seems like we're gonna see a swap off of Wu Yang to Bat by Baguette.
Just trying to mirror the support lineup. There's a window out. Pretty much blocks off most of this point as it did earlier. And now it's going to be Vancouver's time to try and get as much of this point as they can. They're kind of just... They aren't playing on point. It is very open and everything. There's a grab out. Does manage to catch two. Darklaw goes down to it. Dre very low. Kodaluna goes down. Chunky eventually goes down. And it's just Veritas and Dre now. Make that just Dre now. Now it's just battle between the soldiers. I didn't even see Laggy swapped over to the soldier off the Bastion. And Laggy will win that duel.
Right, so we see Vancouver's able to cap that first point.
Yeah, but I mean, they capped that point, but they're down to 30, just over 30 seconds now.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see them push up, create a lot of space like they did on the first round of this map, or else they're gonna be kind of stuck back here.
That's not gonna help them as Dre is able to take out Laggy Puppy. Chunky going in maybe a little bit too far. Never mind. There's a window from both teams. Typhoon also popping the Kitsune Rush. Darklaw taking out Jazox, taking out Baguette, but Laggy taking out two with the Helix Rocket. We're 3-on-3 right now. Laggy Puppy popping the attack visor from the high ground. All this focus on Chunky now, moving it over to Veritas, who will eventually go down, trying to stay alive with Lamp. Dre popping his tack visor. It's just Chunky and Dre right now. Make that just Chunky. Chunky has to back up. Hope the rest of his team can get there in time. I'm gonna contest this point. They're coming up on 3 ults. They can get these ults. There's one, there's 2. Jazox swapped over to a Venture. Nameless is very low, but Detroit is not going to be able to touch. And Vancouver will take map 2.
Exciting gameplay, that map.
That was a very good map.
We saw a lot of
Both
back and
teams putting
forth
in
there.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely got to give props to Detroit on that second defense there. Taking away, what, basically 4 minutes of their 4 minutes, 47-second time bank.
Yeah, they held that first point for I mean, almost as long, as they could. Vancouver only had 30 seconds coming off that first point.
Yeah. Now it is
Big plays.
Hmm?
Big plays. I was gonna ask you, what kind of swaps would you like to see coming into this third map?
Well, I mean, now it's Detroit's map pick. They also get the first ban. If you're Detroit, you wanna... I'm trying to think of like what map they want to go to here. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like Gibraltar here. I don't know. I think we could see a Gibraltar. I'm not too sure because you do have Laggy that can play the Genji. Jazox can play the Echo. So that leaves them pretty solid on the side of Vancouver. The only downside I would say is going to be Nameless, who plays... We've really only seen Brawl tanks out of Nameless so far. So I think that could be a pick for Detroit here, is going over there. But we also still have Flashpoint and Push. We've seen a lot of Flashpoint this season. And I did manage to call that. Oh, that's right. Okay, so Detroit did pick Gibraltar. And they immediately went in with their ban as well. They're banning the Wrecking Ball, which VR Nameless did play on it a little bit, but it wasn't something they were sticking to. I think it was mostly just for some point contest.
Yeah, I mean, other than Ball, we've seen Nameless on Reinhardt, Zarya, I think they were on Sigma for a little bit, that first map. So I think Ball is a solid ban.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think if anything, we probably see Nameless either on a Hazard or a Sig here. But now it's now Vancouver's ban. They have to either ban a damage or a support hero. Wouldn't mind seeing a Torb ban, or is that what they... Oh, it's just... Oh, okay, yeah, they did ban the Torb. It's just Laggy put it in and used some fun language, I'll say. So it was marked as bad. So, again, Detroit picked Watchpoint Gibraltar. Ball is banned. Torb is banned. With some colorful language.
Very passionate
and Vancouver,
about that ban.
yeah, really, they didn't like seeing the Junkrat ban, so it was just immediate payback. And Vancouver, Vancouver winning the map. They get a choice of attack or defend. They want to defend first.
Watchpoint Gibraltar.
So we now get in to map 3. Series tied 1-1. It's not that Darklock doesn't have the Torb. Yeah, the Ashe makes sense. He's been playing a good bit of Ashe, and we see a chunky monkey on the monkey. Let's go! VR Nameless is going to be over on the Hazard. Laggy on the Junk. Jazox on the Freya this time, though. Same support lineup. Almost for both sides. Veritas has swapped a little bit, but back on the Lucio now. And Dre is on a Widow now as well. They did play it on their attack a little bit, just to try and get some damage and some picks off, but...
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's going to be a start of the round thing, just to get a couple picks, or if we're going to see him swap to something else.
Oh, okay, they got a pick. And Veritas also swapped off the Lucio now onto the Baptiste, which was putting in so much work on King's Row.
We see Chunky Monkey doing a really good job pushing him off high ground here. Getting a lot of space.
And I think this is basically just how this is going to be run. Veritas trying to stick with Chunky as best as they can. Dre's just going to play back, try and get some snipes. Darklaw, Kodaluna playing together. And Dre does get a good shot off on the Typhoon, getting them low, but they heal up. Not pushing this card anymore, but they've already gotten it down and under. Chunky eventually goes down, Laggy goes down, Darklaw very low, eventually goes down to Nameless's defense. Typhoon taking out Kodaluna.
We saw a little emote from Kodaluna there as she realized her fate was sealed.
I missed it. No. Chunky very low after diving in there. Oh hey.
Oh yeah.
Vendetta. Yet again. Ooh, and Veritas goes down to VR Nameless. Chunky diving in, having to quickly jump back out though, as they are very low. And they only have the support from Kodaluna right now. Again, Chunky taking a ton of damage. Drake in a trap on these stairs, but Laggy isn't able to get the kill as they are. Dre's able to put up that defense, stay alive. And now we're gonna start seeing some ults. There's the tire taking out Dre. Chunky's gonna go down to Nameless. And Vancouver still has 4 ults on the board. Detroit building up to their 4 as well. Dre is a bit behind after making that swap over to the Vendetta, but Laggy with a good tire there to take out one. And go out for Veritas. There's Bola, there's a Bob, and Bob runs all the way into the back and put on some good pressure from the back here. Forces Vancouver to play off in this side room here. And the Bob eventually manages to take out Jazzox. There's a rush, there's a Dirty Bubble. Dirty Bubble able to take out Darklaw, who's way in the back of Vancouver for some reason. There's Primal, Dre takes out Laggy. Primal taking out Baguette. Gotta put pressure on this high ground now. Typhoon goes down. And Jazzox now over to a Sombra and likely gonna die? No, they are able to get out and survive, but it's just Nameless on this point, trying to contest.
Seems like they're able to contest right down to the overtime.
Yeah, really. But Laggy will go down. It's just Jazzox to contest, but they aren't able to get back in time, as now it's just Detroit cleaning up the rest of those picks there. We'll get the first point. It's a battle of tanks on top of the ship. With some help. I will say I do like this Detroit comp now with the Monkey and the Vendetta, both currently low, but they've got such good dive potential with that. The only issue is Vancouver, all of the heroes on that side have ways of escaping this dive right now.
Yeah, I mean, we can
is
see more
getting
than
low.
half the team up top right now.
Yeah.
Trying to contest that Chunky Monkey.
Chunky Absolute One eventually gets punched in the face by Typhoon. Darklaw, what are you doing there, bud? We're seeing a Pharah right now out of Darklaw. I think. Yup. Darklaw and Pharah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, they do. Vanguard does have junk. We'll have to see. I guess it'll be up to Freya to kind of combat that.
Well, we get a Kitsune rush from Detroit on top of the ship here, forcing them off. And now we get a bunch of ults coming out. Dre taking out 2 with the Vendetta ult. Chunky using Primal, taking out Laggy, taking out Jazzox. And it's just VR Nameless left, trying to escape. But I think Dre is going to be there. Not able to take him out, though. He's able to get heals, able to get out. But Detroit will cap the second point. Some very good ults there from Detroit. It was a lot. Pretty comparable to Vancouver is now we're seeing a tire come out. Connecting with 2, but not enough to kill. Now Laggy getting a little low. Chunky Monkey diving in, trying to confirm a pick, but able to get there and almost gets picked himself. You know what? I was kind of hating on the fire just because I'm not used to it, but so far it's working. But Jazzox is over onto an Ashe now. And Chunky
That might be exactly what they need, honestly, to kind of combat this fire. Because, like you said, the fire is putting in work despite your, despite what we thought.
I mean, I honestly don't know if I've ever seen Darklaw play Pharah, which is why it took me by surprise. But you know, it is working. Speaking of Darklaw, almost to this barrage. Both supports for Detroit building their way up to their ults. Definitely getting ready to have a solid ult advantage here, but Dre is very low. Nameless seeing it, trying to dive in, but not going to be able to confirm a pick. And there's the window in a pretty good spot.
Dirty bubble.
We do get a dirty bubble. Gonna connect with Veritas. Veritas low, Dre low, and there's the barrage out of Darklaw in the back, able to take out Laggy Puppy, but does go down to Typhoon. Nameless taking out Veritas, but Dre getting 2. Both supports are down. And now Detroit is just
And they touch.
I think just walk this in. Laggy trying to get there, but not going to get there in time.
Barely. Wow.
Oh, man. They do get it down to overtime. But Detroit does manage to full cap this point, whatever.
Initiating
My brain doesn't want to work tonight.
That's okay. We're being a little goofy.
Exactly. I mean, hey. First match, week 7. We're just coming off of a long break. We just had 2 weeks off, so my brain needs to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, come on, cut him some slack, guys. All right. Oh, looks like we can still see Chunky on Monkey.
Oh?
Dre still on Vendetta. Got Darklaw top to the May.
And we've also got some other... I have seen the May out of Darklaw, yeah. Also seen some other swaps out the side for Vancouver right now. As Laggy is currently on a Widow. Jazzox is on a Tracer. And Baguette is on a Lucio. Ha.
Interesting.
3, 2,
So far, they're sticking with it, yeah.
stop the pain.
Let's quickly trying to get in, put in that pressure on the Chunky Monkey, but you know, it's a Winston. He's able to drop down and immediately jump back up. But Laggy though, Jazzox taking some damage, but quickly able
Seems
to get
like
healed
Detroit
back
is holding high ground pretty well.
Trying to put pressure in on this Widow now. TP it back. Vancouver very spread out now, and Chunky trying to get the pick on Laggy, and he eventually gets it with the right click. Typhoon spread from the team does have TP, able to get out of there. Darklaw confusing Nameless, but Nameless sees through and eventually punches him dead. Not before Dre can get 2 though. This Nameless is just trying to escape, trying to use that wall, but Veritas able to take him out. And now we see some more swaps coming in. Jazzox on a cast, Laggy on a Bastion. This Bastion could be some trouble, as also Darklaw is now on the legs, running back to this point. And now it's Vancouver's turn to try and take this high ground, but they are getting poked out from both sides here. But Chunky is gonna get taken out. Dre trying to use the ult, but eventually goes down to Nameless. Darklaw should be going down here very low. Just contesting point though, so they aren't getting any progress. You know what? I'm not mad at it.
Wow, very, very long extended battle there compared to the first round. However, they were able to kind of push the whole team back. Oh, but we got another pause. Ready, looks like Detroit. A lot of pause.
Yeah, Detroit calling a pause. Don't know why, but yeah, surely it's just the curse of the red team. It's not even just not even just Vancouver. It's just that red side is what's cursed. But we're already going back into it. Don't know what the pause is for. Okay. Ooh, and Darklaw able to take out Baguette. There's the window out from Veritas. Artillery strike coming in from Laggy Puppy. Gonna focus in on Chunky. Kitsune from Typhoon. Luna has hers as well. There's the ult from Hazard connecting with Dre. Jay goes down. Chunky does take out Laggy though. And Nameless is rather low right now. Chunky's putting in pressure on Jazzox, eventually going to be able to take him out. But Nameless...
Claw, Pop Spicer.
Yep. I don't know if you necessarily needed that, though. You were already up in that team fight. Jazzox was down, Nameless was down. I think it was
they did have the Curiel.
Yeah, you had... I don't know. I think you could want that back. But we'll see as now.
That is true, because now they're down 2 ults for what's probably going to be this last fight.
Yeah, Detroit has 0 ults. There's a beat from Baguette. High Noon coming in from Jazzox. Saw from this side room here. Detroit is able to hide it out. They take out Nameless. Typhoon was very low, but they aren't able to get the pick onto Typhoon. Laggy over on the Soldier. I don't know if that's a new thing or not. And now it's just 2v3, and they aren't gonna be able to touch. Oh my god, I can't talk. Veritas takes out one, Darklaw with another, Dre with 2 more.
Wow.
Force Nameless back into that spawn. But they do get quick spawns here, so they back out.
We can see Detroit trying to hold the high ground close right now.
So far it's working. They take out Jazzox. There's another window from Veritas.
Way in the back there.
This guy is just farming him. Chunky takes out Nameless, but Dre was low. Does go down to Typhoon. Was looking low, but able to get out, survive.
We saw them pushed up pretty far there, Detroit, for a second.
And now we see Laggy swapping again, now over to the Reaper. Just, I guess, over this Monkey at this point. But they're able to get out. Jazzox, they do all off Chunky Monkey here, but he's in the Primal. He gets rid of the Lamp, takes out Typhoon. Now looking for Baguette. He's searching for this last kill here. Not going to be able to get it right now, but Nameless low, Laggy low. Nameless eventually going down to Veritas. Detroit coming up with 3 ults here. Vancouver the same, but they're just getting staggered too much.
Yeah, I would honestly like to see them push from low ground, maybe.
I just have to. It's again, they're making even more swaps. Laggy's now on the Cassidy.
Yeah, they just need to start pushing
and
that
Jazzox is
far.
on the Echo. Kitsune rush from the high ground. Another one from the other side. Chunky able to take out Typhoon. It's just Nameless in this stairwell. Does get a Lamp, trying to survive as much as he can. There's the ult, but it's not able to catch anything as Chunky able to pop the bubble and help keep him alive. Darklaw pops Pfizer, takes out Nameless. And now it's just Detroit getting a clean team kill. And that is going to be map 3 going to Detroit, up in the series now, 2-1.
That was fantastic gameplay by Detroit there. I mean, definitely way more aggressive. They were really able to hold back Vancouver too.
Chunky getting the play with that 2K Primal ult. Right now, this series is going back and forth. Detroit wins, Vancouver wins, Detroit wins. So now it's Vancouver's map pick. We've got Flashpoint and Push left. I assume we're seeing a Flashpoint map because Push is not a favorite for most people. So we'll possibly see that here. Excuse me. So if they go with, yeah, they are going to go with the Flashpoint map. I'm not surprised by that. They're going Suravasa. And we are also going to see a little bit of a lineup change for Vancouver. Is they're going to swap Laggy down to support and Baguette up to damage. What does that mean for them? What is Baguette play that they want here? This season, got a good bit of time on Tracer, Bastion, Genji. In the past, so it looks like they're kind of trying to go with the dive here themselves. Baguette has quite a bit of time on Tracer, so I assume that is what we're going to be seeing. Yeah, that's right. Laggy also plays Lucio. So yeah, it looks like Vancouver's just going for just a fast comp here. And they're going to get rid of the legs as well. Vancouver bans the Soldier. So now it is Detroit's turn to ban. Either got to be a tank or support. I mean, they see the Laggy down on the support here. They could look at that Lucio themselves. Don't think they banned it. No, it was Vancouver that banned it earlier. So Detroit could ban it here. Looks like he also has some time on an Ana. Actually, they've got quite a bit of time on Anam. So I wonder if we'll see the Ana instead of the Lucio.
I guess it would depend on what kind of comp they decide to run, right? Because we did say, I mean, we can see Baguette tends to play a lot of dive characters. We see the Tracer, the Genji. So if they decide to run that comp, I wouldn't be surprised if Laggy Lucio. Oh, okay. So we see a Diva ban.
Okay. I don't think we've really seen VR Nameless play the Diva much. I know we saw Chunky playing it earlier.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I wonder if maybe that was Vancouver's plan, though. I mean, again, they've got Baguette with a Tracer now. Jazzox, from what we've seen, I mean, probably see that Echo again. That or even...
I think that would be a smart play.
I mean, Freya can put in some good work here, too. So we could see that as well. Detroit side, I mean, obviously, Torb, Darklaw, why not? He makes it work on pretty much any map.
I'm wondering what we're gonna see Chunky as on tank there, though.
I'm not too sure. Honestly, not even thinking about Chunky here, thinking about Nameless. Go back to the Hazard. He hasn't...
That did seem to work out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, Nameless hasn't really played that Diva too much. I'm, again, confused about that ban. But Hazard works well here. Zarya could work well. What
Wow, we
the
see...
heck am I seeing from Vancouver? What the heck am I seeing out of both sides right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
wow.
Typhoon Mercy, which King's Row, they were showing it in spawn, immediately swapped. But they were swapping to the Kiri, which is what Laggy is currently on. And we see Chunky on a Mauga right now.
Yeah, but we do see that Reaper Torb comp coming from Detroit.
Hold up.
So it's gonna be that along with Malga is gonna be a lot of DPS out the gate.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a lot of damage to this Rhine shield for VR Nameless.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Nameless is half, but Baguette is poking some damage around in this backline here.
Chunky's able to stay alive.
Just trying to pull off some of this focus here. Lit them up. Dre having to TP out. Veritas just wall riding around, doesn't care about anything really.
Okay, so we can see Detroit capped this point first. They're gonna try to hold Vancouver out.
Just playing up a little bit. Chunky's getting a little bit low, but VR Nameless is almost down. Jazzox was almost down again. Soon got hit with a headshot from Darklaw, taking him low as well. But already we've got a beat from Typhoon. Jazzox goes down, Chunky goes down. Nameless is very low, eventually goes down to Dre. Laggy very low. Darklaw goes down. Laggy finally goes down. And we're just getting trade after trade after trade. Typhoon goes down to Veritas.
Detroit seems to win that battle.
Baguette is alive in the back. I think they're gonna try for a touch. It looks like they are. Yes, they are gonna be able to get the touch. Nameless trying to come in. Get Sune Rush, Molten Core. Everything else that was on the board is coming out. Oh my. Darklaw getting it.
3 ults from Vancouver.
Jeez. And yeah, didn't take long. Nameless swapping off the Reinhardt. Actually, they're making multiple swaps. Jazzox now on the Sojourn, Baguette over on the Genji.
There's the enemy turret. Take it out. Clear out.
Smearing the Mauga. But we do have a cage ready. We've got a Blossom ready. There's Cage. There's Blossom. Blossom taking out 2. Chunky getting the 3rd onto Nameless, but Chunky very low. Eventually does go down to Jazzox now. But again, Detroit just able to get this first point. They got some big picks there to start it. That does kind of put them down in terms of ult economy, in terms of percentage.
You see Vancouver run straight onto point there, pushing Detroit back, honestly.
But both sides trading out of damage, and now Detroit quickly taking out Nameless.
Yeah,
They've
Nameless
just got
is
so
a
much
scratching,
momentum.
kind of backfired.
Eventually, Laggy's taken out as well. Again, kind of just sitting on this little off angle here, having to dash away to get out. Still, this Detroit team just holding strong right now. Taking out Nameless yet again. Typhoon goes down to the turret. That should be this second point here. Capped.
Yep, second point goes to Detroit.
Next flashpoint guarded.
We're going over to Garden now. Yes, we are. I didn't even
So this
see
is going
them.
to give Detroit a little bit of an advantage because they were just closer.
Yeah, but they are down. Drake did end up dying a little bit late to Baguette there. And Darklaw's gonna start off this fight with a Molten Core, forcing Vancouver to back away a little bit. Should be able to give Detroit the first cap. And now Dre is in the back line, taking out 3 of them. Both damaged down for Vancouver, but Nameless and Laggy teaming up to take out the damage for Detroit. Now Chunky very low, eventually going down. It's just the supports left for Detroit.
Oh, Vancouver
Tosses
really,
down. It's just Kotaluna. Jumps off
really
the map.
coming back after that triple kill by Dre.
Yeah, really. Typhoon and Nameless just working together, taking out the rest of Detroit there. There's a cage. Both teams with a cage. Blossom is out. Beat is out on both sides. And we're just getting a bunch of trades right now. Blade is out. Nameless takes out Darklaw. Dre low eventually goes down to Nameless's charge. And again, it's just the supports remaining. They're trying to escape, but Typhoon on the hunt takes out Kotaluna. Kotaluna luckily has the TP, should be able to, I assume, TP into Dre eventually. No, actually, Veritas is going to go back for the taxi. Now it's just a question of, can Detroit get back to this point for the contest? They are going to get on into overtime. And now Nameless getting very low. Torp turret in a good spot. Speaking of Torp taking out Nameless, taking out a second as Dre picks up a third as well. And there goes Vancouver.
Point comes back to Detroit.
Yeah, now they swap it over. No ults were even used for that either. Darklaw has the Molten Core. Dre building up to a Reaper roll. And on the side of Vancouver, it's just Laggy with the closest one. Jazzox should be able to build up and OC pretty quick as well. They just gotta get to this point, and it's gonna be hard with Darklaw popping this Molten Core. Oh, we do see Baguette back on the Tracer. Put in some poke into the back line of Detroit here. As now Vancouver is gonna make the same rotation that Detroit did. There's a Kitsune rush down the stairs. Maggie takes out Chunky. There's the OC. If there's a Blossom, there's a B. There's a Cage. Ult. Jazzox falls off the map. Oh no! But Nameless in the
Stay
cage
alive.
takes out 2, but it's not going to be enough. Veritas and Darklaw team up, taking out Typhoon, taking out Nameless, and that is going to be map 4 going to Detroit. Detroit winning this series 3-1.
Play of the game.
That will now put... That currently basically swaps it. That'll bump Vancouver out of that first week bye. Detroit goes up. So now Vancouver is gonna have to fight their way through this first week of playoffs. This'll be fun. I'm excited to see the rest of this week. We have so many games this week that have heavy playoff implications. We have, I don't even remember all of them off the top of my head. I was gonna try and name them off, but there's too many to count. We're gonna try and stream as much of them as we can, whether that's mainstream or bootlegs. So keep an eye out. But what a series from Detroit. They were down that first map, losing Garden on... Or no, they won Garden Legion Tower. They lost Control Center, I think. Either way.
Yeah, we definitely
Legion
we
Tower
saw them
closed.
kind of go back and forth kind of in the beginning, but Detroit really came out with Servasa there.
Big
Very
time.
dominant.
And that was Vancouver's map pick as well. So, very good series from these two teams. Again, as far from what I can remember, that both teams are still in playoffs. I don't think either of them can drop out of playoffs. But still very good. We've got plenty more matches coming to you this week, so please keep an eye out. I know we've got another one tomorrow night, another one set for Friday night. I'm gonna hopefully try and bootleg one on Friday night, so keep an eye out for those. It's gonna be a fun week with all these matches coming in. But with that being said, that is gonna do it for us tonight. I'm Dogmeister here with Magic Turtle. And that was a great series. Thank you.
Stare into those eyes. Why you so beautiful? You want all my time. The feeling is mutual. Tastes like cherry pie. My guiltiest pleasure, babe. Be forever mine. I want you in every way. Living without you isn't what I'll do. Living without you isn't what I'll do. If you were a daisy in my garden, I pick you every time. If you were a daisy in my garden, I pick you every time. Every time.